Pray be welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and permit me to thank you for your kind attendance this evening. It is our sincere hope that you shall find both comfort and diversion within these walls, and that the society assembled here may afford you agreeable company and profitable conversation. Should any small inconvenience arise, however, we beg that you think nothing of it, but instead place yourselves in the capable hands of your hosts, who remain most eager to ensure your enjoyment. Let us now proceed, trusting that the evening ahead shall unfold with all the propriety and grace befitting such a gathering. By way of recollection, it may be observed that certain events of late have given rise to both curiosity and disquiet among our young friends. What began as a season of polite engagements and agreeable society has been complicated by discoveries of a most unsettling nature. Documents ill-suited to daylight, architectural peculiarities defying all sensible explanation, and a history marked by sorrow too frequent to be dismissed as mere misfortune. Though outward decorum has thus far preserved, private anxieties have multiplied, and matters once confined to whispers and glances now press urgently for resolution. It is from this delicate and uncertain position that our present proceedings must come. So, deeply unsettled by the discovery of a troubling confession concealed within the Northlake family Bible, the party has resolved not to alert young Miss Northlake at the risk of undue anxiety. Miss Radcliffe, presently a guest of the family, assured the others that despite the disturbing implications, the Northlakes have shown no outward sign of impropriety or distress. Returning to the ballroom, Miss Emma Wentworth, flushed with excitement, accepted the hand of Mr. George Potterton for a dance, and from the edge of the floor, her sister Georgiana watched closely, offering subtle guidance to ensure the occasion proceeded with all due grace and propriety. The evening was further enlivened by the arrival of Captain John Stone, a local hero newly returned from the Napoleonic Wars. Though he comported himself with impeccable manners and was quickly surrounded by admirers, there were hints, visible only to the observant perhaps, that the captain found such attention faintly uncomfortable. As the night wore on, our young members of the gentry engaged diligently in the delicate sport of social etiquette, conversing with peers and social betters alike. Among the circulating whispers was talk of Mortview House, recently abandoned following the sudden death of its owner, Mr. Valentine Williams. The following morning, the Wentworth sisters, Miss Radcliffe and Mr. Bennet, attended Sunday service at Upper Tarryford Church, conducted, as ever, by the steady hand of Reverend Jennings. At its conclusion, Mr. Potterton, scarcely able to contain his enthusiasm, formally approached Mr. and Mrs. Wentworth to request permission to call upon Miss Emma later that morning. Amid the departing congregation, an overheard exchange between Sir James Northlake and several parishioners made mention of growing disputes between tenant farmers and a reclusive spinster dwelling within Pendle Haven Wood upon the Northlake estate. Once the church had cleared, an assurance had been given that Emma would be home in good time, the group reconvened to discuss their mounting concerns. They reflected upon the unsettling discoveries at Wentworth Hall, the impossible proportions of the long corridor, the troubling pattern of mysterious deaths that had marked successive generations of the Northlake children. At the rectory, Reverend Jennings produced the parish records pertaining to the Northlake family. These confirmed their fears. The most recent entry recorded the death of William Northlake at just 6 months of age, followed 5 years later by the death of his father, Alistair Northlake, its wording strongly suggesting suicide. Fearing for the safety of young Elizabeth Northlake, it was agreed that Miss Radcliffe should keep a watchful eye upon her. It was also noted, should it be of interest, that the Northlake family vault lay within the very churchyard outside. When the clock in the vicarage chimed, Georgina suddenly realised too late that they were more than an hour overdue for Mr. Potterton's intended call. Emma was inconsolable. The Wentworth sisters hurried home only to be met with stern reproach from their parents, who had borne the embarrassment of explaining their absence to Mr. Potterton. Meanwhile, it was decided that Mr. Bennet and Reverend Jennings would escort Miss Radcliffe back to Northlake Hall, using the visit as an opportunity for further observation. Upon arrival, Sir James Northlake insisted that both gentlemen remain for the evening. Late that night, long after the household had retired, Miss Radcliffe was woken by a sound in the corridor outside her chamber. Claws clicked and clattered softly against the wooden floor. Still half asleep, she first assumed it must be a dog, until she remembered that the Northlakes kept no such animal. As the sound drew nearer, something in its steady rhythm troubled her thoughts. Then it stopped. Directly outside her door, there came a low, snorting, sniffing, a wet, searching snuffle that finally brought her fully awake. And in that dreadful clarity, she realised the cadence of the steps had never been that of four legs at all, but that of something that walked upward. So, that is where we left it, and that is where we will begin again. So, Miss Radcliffe, I believe we will begin with you.
Oh, God.
Good luck.
I don't even know what one does in this situation. I imagine we're frozen with fear.
Back to bed.
Yeah, just covers over face, back to sleep, pretend nothing's happening.
Okay.
So I think genuinely I would probably be lying there, very alert, but probably a bit terrified to move in case it hears that I'm awake.
Okay. Do you perhaps want to make a luck roll then?
Okay.
That's a good start.
Okay. So yeah, you cower beneath your sheets, kind of pulling the sheets up or tightly around your neck, as if that affords some level of protection. And then you hear like scratching at the door, something worrying, fretting at the door, and the door rattles in its frame.
Do I have anything in my room that might serve as a makeshift weapon of any sort?
I would suggest you make another luck roll. See if there's anything nearby to hand.
The candlestick, letter opener.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Oh,
There is
very well.
indeed a candlestick on the nightstand by the bed.
excellent. I think I'm just going to clutch that and ready it. Still not going to get up, but holding it prepared.
Okay, so you're getting up out of the bed.
Can I not reach it from where I am in bed?
Oh, yeah, yes, you can indeed. Yes, you can just
Yeah,
it's
so yeah,
literally
just gonna
just
lean
to
over.
just to your side.
Yeah, I'm just going to lean
let's-
over and then sit up in the bed holding it.
But let's not forget there are no electric lights, so you would have a candle, at least some kind of candle holder to hand nearby. There's probably, some matches and some tapers in there if you wanted to light it.
Yeah. Let's light the candle.
Okay.
Face the horrors.
Okay. And so, so it takes a few attempts with your hands shaking. You finally strike a match and light the candle, and light floods, feeble as it is, floods into your bedchamber, and you can see the outline of the door. And then you can see there's another light, although it must be distant, appears because you see light underneath the door, only faint. And in that moment, you can see the shadow, the shadow of where something is pushing at the bottom of the door, and then you hear a shriek, a female voice shouting out, screaming in surprise and shock, and a clatter of claws as something moves swiftly away.
Well, Elizabeth, it was nice knowing you. He's dead.
Do I recognise the shriek enough to know whether it was Elizabeth or her mum?
It was not Elizabeth. It clearly wasn't Elizabeth, or Lady Northlake.
Oh god. Oh yeah, the staff isn't there. Oh gosh. I heard it run away.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you hear it run away, and you can hear it like as it gets further away and eventually fades to nothing.
Right, survival instinct 0. Let's open the door. Let's go and have a look.
Oh,
White girl in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Radio. Right. So, out in the hallway, you see Martha, one of the younger maids at Northlake Hall, and she is lying on the floor, a sort of candle holder at the side, the lit candle rolling across the wooden floor, and she can see her chest rising and falling rapidly. Almost like she's hyperventilating. You're not sure if she's conscious, but she's certainly alive and appears unharmed.
Ooh. I rush over to her and see if I can shake her awake and see if she's conscious, basically.
Okay, so when you put her under, she does. I'm sorry, Miss. I'm sorry, Miss Radcliffe. Oh God, is it gone?
What was it?
I don't know. I heard a noise. I came up, but it just this shadow, this hulking shape. The eyes. This. Oh, and she kind of covers her face and starts to weep.
It's okay. It's okay. Whatever it is, it seems to be gone. Just calm down for me. Are you injured?
She kind of shakes her head without saying anything, and you hear footsteps running down the hallway around the corner, and coming around the corner is it's the James. So, ladies, are you Martha? Are you well, Miss Radcliffe? Well, we heard a scream.
Yes, everything's alright. I'm so sorry to disturb you. I believe we thought we heard something. May have just been a bad dream.
So James comes over and he helps Martha to her feet. And, what's the matter, girl? Tell me what's wrong. Oh, sir, it was horrible. There was this thing, this figure, this hulking big black figure. It kind of looks at her kind of frowns. What do you mean, girl? That hulking figure. Well, I bet. Miss Radcliffe, would you mind taking Martha to your room for a moment? Lock the door. There must be an intruder. And he,
of course.
And Sir Northlake quickly runs off.
Okay, so we'll usher Martha into my room. Let's get you sat down, shall we?
And so you lead her, and she can feel that she's still shaking, quivering.
So,
Thank you, miss. Thank you. I'm sorry to be a bother. My nerves are all jangle, miss. I never expected something like that.
no, it's okay. You're not a bother. Don't worry. I heard it too, and I don't know what it was, but we're okay now. Everything's okay now. It's gone, so we can just relax, and we'll
It
let Sir
wasn't.
Northlake handle it.
It wasn't it, miss. It wasn't it.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it was
I
a
mean,
person. It was an it.
it was dark. It could have just been a large man.
Look, you can make a reassure roll.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's just a Twilight werewolf.
It's a shifter.
Just in it and still.
Oh dear. Not very reassuring anymore. To be fair, I
No.
don't really believe it myself.
Well, yeah, maybe she. I can sense it in your voice, miss. You don't really think that, do you, miss? That wasn't a man. I swear it.
Well, I didn't see anything, so I can't be sure. But what else could it have been?
Kind of looks a little bit puzzled and shakes her head. Just goes quiet. What do you want to do?
Imagine, would it be sort of it'd be probably a bit unseemly to look around the house myself at this point, I imagine.
Possibly. I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't.
No. I think maybe the best thing to do is sleep it off and look around in daylight when there aren't any potentially terrifying black shadow figures around the corner.
Okay. Alrighty. So, so maybe sometime later. You're not sure exactly how long, but it seems far longer than it probably is. Eventually, there's a gentle knock at the door, and you hear Sir Northlake. Miss Radcliffe?
Run up and open the door for him.
Well, Frederick is here to escort Martha back to her room. I apologise for the inconvenience. And
Not at all.
Frederick, the head butler, appears and leads Martha off. Kind of berating her a little bit. You shouldn't behave so. You're only young. You're going to make a bad name for yourself. She kind of protests, but the kind of conversation was out of earshot as he leads her away and back downstairs to the servants' quarters. Or up into two areas. But to the servants' quarters. And so James is there. I thank you for looking after Martha. Somewhat, I apologise. It was a little inappropriate of me to ask you to have one of the staff in your room. I beg your forgiveness.
Not at all, sir. It's bizarre circumstances.
Well, it seems we did indeed have an intruder. The rear door on the servants' corridor has been broken open.
Goodness. Are we certain that whoever it is no longer here?
Yes, we've searched the house. There's no one here. No one that shouldn't be, at least.
I wonder what they wanted.
Well, there are many things of value here at Northlake Hall, as you know.
Yes, of course.
That is always a concern. I said, well, if you're sure you're all right, Miss Radcliffe, then I shall leave you for the rest of the day to get some sleep.
Yes.
Rest assured, I will employ one of our craftsmen to ensure the door is fully repaired.
Wonderful, thank you, sir.
And the staff will be on. Yeah, I'm sure everything will be fine. I shall have some of the staff on watch just in case. Well, I bid you good night, Miss Redcliffe.
Good night, sir.
And he bows a little bit, and he turns, and closing the door behind him. And you hear his footsteps receding down the hallway. To the eventually, you can just hear them, faintly hear them on the opposite side, on the wing at the opposite side of the house where his private rooms are located. And you hear the distant faint click of the door, and the house falls quiet again. Do you wish to do anything, or are you going to return to your bed?
No, I'm going to return to bed and try and sleep and look at things in the daylight.
Okay. Oh, so of course, I shouldn't forget the fact that Mr. Bennett and Reverend Jennings were staying overnight as well. So it's only fair then that I think Mr. Bennett and Reverend Jennings, you can make a listen roll to see if your sleep was disturbed by these events.
Okay, let's see.
Brett's used to hearing screaming women. My listening is not great.
I'm like, oh my dear lord.
Nope.
No, both slept through it.
Excellent.
Oh, shoo, me, and all that.
Okay. Alrighty. So, I guess we'll move to the next morning. Let's see. So it is now Monday, the 20th of September, 1813, and I would say it's probably a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. At the Wentworth family home.
She's still not talking to you.
I'm doing my hair myself today.
I remember you wrote a lovely note for him.
You
to
did.
apologise.
It was a very good note as well.
It was. Whether it got to him, hopefully.
Okay, so what are you two doing this fine morning?
I don't know.
Do we have any set plans, or are we just sort of? Oh, we have our guests stayed overnight, didn't they?
Yes, you did. Oh God, I've forgotten her name. Was Pamela?
Mrs. I'm engaged.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Harriet.
Harriet. Harriet Pamelason or something.
Palmer.
Palmer. There we go.
Anderson.
I'm glad you remember.
Note.
Yeah, so Harriet or Henrietta or Harriet or whatever. Yeah, she's staying with you as well. So yeah, you're probably all sat at breakfast. She is probably regaling your parents with the story of how the Viscount proposed, and every so often your mother looks across, glaring slightly at Georgiana, and
I'm gonna really purposefully read in like a really I'm annoyed at you kind of way. I would rather read. I'm just gonna try and ignore her.
okay,
I'll be like really the conversation on about like all the points, and tell me how exactly you got your suitor. Ah, yes.
Oh, you turned up on time to every meeting.
Oh, wow, that's a surprise.
You learned to dance properly. Oh.
Okay, so I do find that timing and etiquette is of the utmost importance, especially when dealing with someone of such high standing with the aristocracy.
You see that, Georgiana? Timing, yes? We should be more prompt next time.
Maybe you should remember your own appointments next time.
I will. Next time someone actually tells me.
I'm gonna turn more and more away in my chair.
Yeah, you with your one glove.
I can't pick up the glasses, however.
I've still got your other glove, not giving it back out of spite.
Okay. Right. So Henrietta, she goes on about how she's come to Tarryford because of the local dressmaker who has a brilliant reputation, which you all know, of course. And so she's planning to visit the dressmakers in Tarryford this later this morning, and be measured up for a few dresses and gowns.
Do we perhaps need bridesmaid dresses?
Of course, of course.
They don't
Perhaps.
want
Well, yes, of course. You should come. Of course, you should come. You should come.
We should make a day of it. It'll be fabulous.
Indeed.
We can go for tea afterwards. I don't know what people do in this time for fun. Go for tea.
Cup of tea and a slice of
Go to
cake.
Nando's.
Ye olde Nando's.
It's just a guy called Nando.
Best chicken.
Yeah. Chicken on a barbecue in an alleyway.
Just a whole
Good job.
chicken, unplugged. Chicken's
Okay.
called Nando.
I saw a woman online the other day who was holding a handbag, but it had a chicken in it. It was like a chicken holster. Sorry, Karen.
Toy poodle, toy chicken.
It was good.
Anyway, what were we talking
Hurry up. Okay. Yes. Well. Right. Okay. So yes. So your mother positively encourages this because she obviously sees this as a potential backup plan. Maybe there'll be more potential suitors at such a high profile wedding. Maybe even more eligible than Mr. Potterton.
We can only hope.
Okay. So. So while you're breakfasting, taking breakfast, or perhaps just as you're finishing taking breakfast, there is a knock at the door, and Mr. Wentworth gets up, goes to the door. You hear a muffled conversation. He comes back with a letter, with a letter with a wax seal. And he hands it to you, Emma.
Is it from him?
Let us hope. Right, gather round. Let's read.
We've been trying to reach you about your carriage's extended warranty.
Oh, wrong one.
It is indeed a letter from George, Mr. George Potterton. He regrets that he missed you yesterday, and would ask if you would care to attend him at his family's home later that evening. With of course your sister and parents.
We can go dress fitting, and then I can go straight there. This will be fantastic, and nothing will get in the way.
Even what would have happened if I had remembered your appointment. You see?
Yes, I see. This might be better because I will have a new dress, and that is excellent.
You'll be in his home, which is much nicer.
I'll have to remember my manners a bit more there, though. That'll be
Just
fine.
Remember your posture and how you hold forks and knives.
No talking about guns or horse riding.
No drinking. What was it, ale?
Honestly,
Drinking
I
ale,
thought it was ale.
spitting
I
in
don't know what it was in the end.
You couldn't taste it long enough. You're too busy choking it.
Right, I elbow her.
In fact, yeah, if the parents are within earshot, I'm not gonna. You're too busy drinking ale.
Yeah, maybe
Like, what?
maybe you've gone outside and sat out in the garden with Harriet.
May I
talk.
send a reply
Oh,
using Georgiana's help to write it, since you're the bookish one? Like, I accept, see you later, basically.
Thanks.
See you later.
See you later.
L8R.
Yeah. How modern.
Oh dear. Okay, so you're sat outside penning this response to the letter from George Potterton, while Harriet talks about the dresses that she's the ideas for dresses, and she shows you, like, she's brought some, like a sketchbook with sketches that she's had done by a designer in Bath, that she's hoping that Miss Thornton at Thornton's Drapers can replicate. So meanwhile, at back at Northlake Hall,
Where nothing is amiss at all.
you're all now in the you are all in the dining room taking breakfast. There's the entire Northlake family, so you're all sat at this huge table. The servants are like busy walking around the room, serving you breakfast. They stand. Some are stood to one side in the corner, out almost blending into the size of the room. And of course, the head butler is stood watching with an eagle eye, making sure that everybody performs as they should. And of course, the topic of conversation is, of course, last night's intruder. So, and Sir Northlake, Reverend Mr. Bennet, I presume you will be unaware of the excitement, if I dare call it that, last night. It seems we had a burglar.
Oh, my good heavens, Sir Northlake. Did you catch the burglar in the end, by any chance, or is he still afoot?
Unfortunately not, sir. He was disturbed. Thankfully, he was disturbed by Martha, the young serving girl. She's a little shaken by the incident. I've given her light duties for the day.
That brute is certainly lucky that I wasn't awake. I would have given him a what for, a 1-2, a puncheroo.
Indeed, Mr. Bennet. It is such a shame you were not awake at the time.
Was anything taken? You said it was a burglar, so surely something was burgled.
Well, if that was their intention, they got away with nothing. Well, thankfully, thanks to Martha, she seemed to have interrupted them, perhaps. But there are no signs of anything being stolen. Not even the family Northlake jewel in the library, despite its vulnerability at the moment. And he kind of looks over at the Reverend.
Just take a napkin and like nervously. Sorry, underneath my breath.
But unfortunate incident that.
Yes,
a series of unfortunate incidents, indeed. Indeed. But not to worry. I have a man repairing the door in the servants' corridors. And what are your plans today?
My plans today, Sir Northlake, I'm going to take a nice stroll in the, what's the forest called? Pinnywood Forest? I can't remember the name of the forest again. Let's see. What's it called again? I'm going to take a nice stroll today through Petalhaven Woods today. That's what I plan to do. Get some inspiration for my next preach.
Be sure you don't wander onto old Meg's property. She will have you by the ear.
Oh yes, I heard about her recently. I will watch out for her. Don't you worry, Sir Northlake.
And yourself, Mr. Bennett?
Well, the life of a poet is one that has vast and endless opportunities. So yeah, no plans.
You must pay us a visit one evening, maybe, and read us some of your poetry. Maybe Elizabeth can entertain us with some of her work on the piano.
It would be my pleasure.
Very good, very good. I shall speak to your parents, of course, and arrange a suitable occasion.
Excellent idea.
Miss Radcliffe, have you any plans today? Are you walking out yourself, or are you accompanying my daughter today?
I believe the original plan was for me to accompany the Reverend on a little stroll around Petalhaven Woods. However, last night's events, I might want to check upon Elizabeth first. Make sure she's not too rattled.
I'm sure she'll be down in momentarily. But feel free to, in fact, if you wouldn't mind. She's a little late for breakfast.
So I'll excuse myself to go and try and find her.
Okay. So as you are doing that, there is you kind of go out of the dining room through the small parlour, and as you pass through the small parlour, you hear the sound of the workmen, the craftsmen at work repairing the door. And you can see the door to the servants' corridor is open, and you can see Elizabeth down there chatting with the craftsmen, with the one of the staff. Most unseemly, but you're quite used to her seeing her doing these things that her family wouldn't approve of. You also hear a knock at the front door from the portico.
Are there any members of staff around, like milling around the small parlour?
Not currently, but there are staff in the dining room.
I think if I'd signal one of them to go to the front door, I don't think it's appropriate for gentry to answer the doors and greet guests. And then I'll try and slip down the servants' corridor to.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
Almost fell into my trap. Okay. Right. So you signal one the footmen that's standing by in the dining room, and they make a motion to attract the head butler, and he comes walking out. You can give us a. Are you gonna go straight into the servants' corridor? Are you closing the door after you, or?
Yeah. It's close the door because I don't know who's about to come through the front door. Close the door behind me.
Very well. Okay, so you close it before, obscure it, blocking the view of the head butler, so it wouldn't see you or Miss Elizabeth. Servants' corridors, but you hear him walk past. And the rest of you, you're in the dining room. You hear the sound of the main doors being opened, and there's a brief muffled conversation. You hear Frederick say, "Of course, I shall pass the note on immediately." And then Frederic returns to the dining room. Excuse me, Sir Northlake. There's a man who wishes to speak to Mr. Bennett.
I'm very popular.
And someone here to sue you for copyright.
Write all my own material. I'm gonna stand up with a flourish, and if you'll excuse me, I'll be back momentarily. Make my way over to
So everybody kind of stands up a little, stands up from the seats and like bows a little bow, and as you get up on the room and then sit back down. So Reverend, what are you doing?
If they are leaving the table, I'm gonna go to Sir Northlake and say, well, I think I occupied enough of your time for today. Thank you for allowing me to stay at your wonderful home, Sir Northlake.
Yeah, no, you're more than welcome. Feel free to call upon us again. Your sermon yesterday was most inspiring. I'll be sure that the donation plate isn't quite so light.
Thank you, Sir Northlake. God appreciates your actions, good sir.
I'm sure he does. Sir. Good day to you.
Good day to
Frederic, would you see the Reverend out, please? Frederic bows to you, and he leads you out towards to the main doors, where Mr. Bennett, you are stood out on the portico, where you're being greeted by Mr. Cuthbertson. He is one of the Joseph Cuthbertson, so you refer to him as Joseph, of course. He is one of the tenant farmers that works your land. He kind of like, as you come to the door, he kind of bows, tugs on his hat. So Mr. Cuthbertson looks like. Here we go, that's Mr. Cuthbertson. Kind of tugs on his hat and says, forgiving your pardon, sir, but I was told you were here, and your father is indisposed. He's away on business. He's being taken away on business, and there is a matter that needs attending to, sir.
Matter?
Yes, sir. It's a
matter involving.
It's a little delicate, sir. Perhaps not something not suitable to be discussed in present company, sir.
Yeah, fine. Let me say my goodbyes, and I'll come with you.
Oh, very well, sir. I'll wait. I'll wait on the driveway.
Just make my way back inside.
Okay.
Sir Northlake, I do apologize. I'm going to have to rid you of the pleasure of my company. I have been summoned back to the old dwellings. Something has come up. I do apologize.
I trust everything is well.
We shall see. Old Joe's not being very forthcoming with the news, but I'm sure it's nothing I can't handle.
Well, I look forward to you gracing us with your presence and your poetry.
Indeed. Until next time.
Okay. And again, everybody kind of stands up and like a slight bow and then sit back down. So I would guess you would probably be walking back outside at the same time as the Reverend's. The Reverend's probably coming down the steps as you head outside as well. And Joseph is kind of stood, shifting awkwardly from foot to foot at the bottom of the steps on the gravel driveway.
Joseph, you've met Reverend Jennings Reverend Jennings, old Joe here.
Hello.
So he kind of bows and tugs the brim of his hat. Says, I know that I know you. I know of the Reverend Jennings, but no, he's yes, sir. Pleasure to meet you, sir, Reverend sir.
A pleasure to meet you as well, Joseph. Pleasure to meet you.
Joe, why are you so jumpy? You're not normally this nickety.
Well, if you forgive me, sir, it's the nature of the problem, sir.
Oh dear, one of the cows got loose again.
I would that it be only that, sir. It's perhaps if you forgive me, sir, if perhaps we could discuss the matter as we walk.
Oh, I didn't wear my walking shoe. Fine. Fine.
I'm afraid I didn't think to bring the carriage.
No, it's all right. I'll get my
Your
steps
mother
on.
didn't permit me to bring it either, so I'm afraid we are on foot.
Well, I'll be having words with Mummy when we get back. Go on then, lead the way.
As you wish, sir. As you wish, of course.
Right. Reverend Jennings, until next time, good luck with the old bat.
Yes, if
your neck.
if I go missing, you know where to find me.
Well, not
Okay.
really. It's quite a big area.
You. So this is the Bennett. I did move the Bennett estate slightly because I noticed there was actually an estate there that isn't claimed. So this is the Bennett estate here. This, of course, is Pendlehaven Wood. So I guess this is the driveway as well to Northlake. So for quite some distance, to almost half a mile. This driveway is almost half a mile long. So you'd be walking together some distance as you walk down the driveway, and then the road that leads to Tarryford before parting company. Probably the Joseph probably takes you across the field, making a point to steer clear of Pendlehaven Woods because he doesn't want to. He probably even mentions to the Reverend to keep an eye out for old Meg.
Yes, of course. I have been to say that many times. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you.
Man as the box of badges, that one, sir. I'd be wary if I were you.
I mean, she's not that violent, I hope, for you.
Shrugs and continues on talking to. When he waits until Joseph waits until the Reverend is out of earshot and says, "So, sir, I'm afraid there was some of the sheep on one of the farms. It was on Owen Hughes. You know Owen Hughes, the shepherd. One of the shepherds on my farm is. We found some of the sheep dead early this morning.
What was it? A fox? A very ambitious rabbit?
Well, I don't think so. So perhaps it's best if you take a look.
I suppose.
So he leads you towards his farm, which is here. It's tenant farmland. There's kind of like small farm, small cottage on the farm, and it's surrounded by sort of fields and meadows. I must warn you, sir, it's not a pretty sight. Made
I'm sure I can handle it.
Made my stomach turn, and I've seen things, sir. But anyway,
I'm sure you have.
but yeah, so some of the sheep, they were attacked by something, sir. Some of them partially eaten. Big grizzlies, sir. And he kind of leads to this talk and leads you across the fields, and eventually you can see Owen Hughes, the shepherd that works for Cuthbertson. He stood stood by with like leaning on his crook.
Owen, how's it hanging? Had you had some sheep trouble?
He kind of nods uncomfortably. So, Mr. Bennett, sir. Aye, we've it's not pretty, sir. They're just over here. I haven't moved them. We need to wait until the magistrate comes and oversees the situation.
Magistrate for dead sheep? Really?
Well, it's a legal matter, sir. They do belong to you by rights. And
But we can't salvage any of the meat at all.
well, I'm not. That might be the case, but as I say, it's a legal matter, so we can't move them until the magistrate has
Okay.
been.
Right, show me the sheep then. Where are these old buggers?
Okay, so he takes you. So he kind of leads you to this to one of the fields where there's sheep. You can see there's other sheep in the field, and they're right over the far side, as far as they can possibly get, all clumped together.
Those sheep have got smaller.
I think you'll find they're far away, sir. This one is small and he holds up a little toy sheep. This one is small, that one is far away.
Very confusing.
Yes. So it says they're just here, sir, and it points to these 3 dead sheep, kind of laid just a few, maybe we're within maybe 10 feet of each other. One of them is horrifically mauled. Its throat torn out, big gashes down its side, whereas the other 2 aren't even recognizable as sheep. There's nothing more than sinew and bone.
Oh my god. Owen, why would you show me that? What's wrong with you, man? Oh.
And I'm viewing these mangled corpses. For one of your delicate sensibilities, will require a sanctuary.
Oh god. Disgusting. There's my sanity.
Make sure you don't bath.
Oh.
Oh, it's horrible, but it's not that bad. I've seen worse.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of like fight the the rising bile that you can feel in your throat, you like choke it back.
The inside of Mummy's cottage pie. Ooh. It's disgusting. What smell? Why does it smell like that? Do I smell like that inside? Oh god. I think I'm going to be sick.
One is mangled. The rest, the other 2 are nothing but bone, bloody bone and sinew. Just lying there in the blood-stained grass. You can make a while you're looking at it, as unpleasant a sight as this is, and because you've managed to hold in the contents of your stomach, you can give us either a natural world, a natural philosophy, or a medicine roll.
Let's
Mr.
go
Bennett.
with philosophy. Oh, I did it.
Wow. 22. Okay, cool. Okay, so maybe you steal as your stomach calms down, maybe you steal yourself a little bit. And peering a little closer, you can see that the mostly uneaten sheep seems to be being slashed through by some what looks. At first, you think it's a weapon, some kind of weapon, a knife or something. But there are multiple cuts, parallel to each other, which seems to suggest some kind of claw, and is being bitten through by something. Also bitten through by something with incredibly sharp teeth, and you can also see the bone on the bones of the other 2. There are bones that remain of the other 2. They are scored with these same kind of marks.
Row. And you said it's definitely not a fox. a wolf, perhaps? Do we have wolves here? I've never seen one.
So Joseph, well, sir, it must. I think it must have been. It must have been a dog, a big dog, or a wolf, or something, something of the like.
Mm. Well,
Can't see. We may need to get some men out, sir. Make sure it's not. If it's still in the area, it needs putting down.
Quite. There's no way we could keep the remaining sheep corralled somewhere.
Well,
Keep a guard going.
I mean, this is why one of the reasons why I've called on you, sir. Well, what do you want us to do? Your estate, after all, sir.
Well, we can't be losing sheep every day. They're important, maybe. I don't know. This is all your jurisdiction. I'm more of a book kind of boy. But I don't know. Just get a couple of people to just station themselves around, keep an eye out, get a big stick or something. I don't know.
You want us should have men watch the field, sir?
Potentially. How many men could we spare logistically?
Well, I don't know, sir. I mean, there's the night shepherd, of course.
Well, if this thing has taken down 3 sheep, I might do a number on the men as well. Is there a way we could put up a perimeter, like a fencing situation?
Well, we have the wall, so it kind of points out the the dry stone wall that surrounds the field.
Oh, yes. I was wondering what that was for.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure what we could do about that, sir.
Uh,
You can make a psychology roll as well.
yeah, let's do that. I'm
Just
not
move
good at
all the sheep
psychology.
inside. Put them in your house.
Oh,
I didn't do it. Um, do you have any suggestions? You're around the creatures more often than I am.
well, I can perhaps Owen here could perhaps double up on his shifts there with the night shepherd. Perhaps keep an eye on things. Or if there's a barn free, we could maybe keep the sheep inside at least until we're sure there's whatever this was has left the area or has been caught.
Yes, I think I like that idea. Do we have a spare barn, or can we like shuffle some animals together? Have a little roommate situation going on?
Well, I can look into it, sir, if with your permission, of course.
Yes, go for it. Knock yourself out. Get that barn jumping.
Right, you are,
Down
sir.
with the kids.
Well, thank you for your assistance in this matter. Kind of
Yes, that
glance
was
at it.
very helpful.
They both glance at each other. You know, goes, yes, sir. Thank you for your assistance, sir. It's most helpful.
Very welcome. Go and fetch a sheet or something for inside and cover these things up. They're ghastly to look at.
Oh, yes, of course, sir. Of course.
Actually, wait. Let me take a mental picture. Okay, inspiration. Thank you.
Okay, they kind of like stand there, looking a little bit awkward as waiting to see what you're going to do.
Let me go and fetch someone. Maybe they have some idea of what might have caused this big dog wolf. Maybe, don't know. Apparently, there was a burglar at the old Northlake estate. Couldn't have been the same person.
Well,
I mean,
no,
this thing
this
has
looks,
claws for one.
yes, this looks more like an animal, sir. Not sir,
Yes, quite.
not a man, not even with a knife, sir. This, yeah, maybe a wolf, sir.
Quite strange that things have been happening quite frequently. I thought this place was a bit more chill, a bit more cool vibes.
Can't say if I've noticed, sir, other than this occurrence.
Very odd. Wait, Reverend Jennings. He's just gone into the what's the name of it?
Fiddlehaven.
Pendlehaven Woods. You don't think that's where this creature came from, do you?
I don't know, sir. I mean, it's possible if it's the kind of place something like that might be holed up, I suppose.
Oh God, he's in grave danger. Oh, if only I could walk that far.